Hello. It's my third video like this today. I'm still wearing 10 Mao. 10 Mao, brought to you by 10 Mao Designs. You should wear them. They're martial arts inspired and brutal. Two sword. I like fighting with two slightly different length swords. I tend to like putting my more looping, longer sword in my right hand, in my dominant hand, and my smaller, faster sword in my left. Miyamoto Musashi says that in his style you use two different types of swords. That way, if you take a prisoner, you have room to fight with your other hand. If you're fighting in a small enclosed place, like a hallway, your small sword can still work. If you're out in bigger, broad places like the field, your long sword can do its work. And I really like that approach. So it's like using two different weapons a little differently. The inside sword is small, it's tight, it's fast. The long sword is broad and cuts widely. You really have to think about that. It's not that they can't do the same things, they can, but that they're each designed to do things a little more efficiently than the other. I also like to turn my body a bit so that my weapons go about the same range. See? From right hand back perspective, I know my range. It's really about the same. Right. Now, it is certainly hypothetical. I could switch my hands and put all of my length in my backhand. I've certainly done that. It has some advantages. Nice. But I find the trade-off for me of that extra bit of range isn't worth it. I prefer the hand control. My approach to two-sword against a sword and shieldman is to bring my swords across, right? So if this is their weapon, I want to be able to have both of my swords on here because I want to control that weapon. I might throw light jabs with my back hand instead of my lead hand, right? To set up that offside cross, right? It also puts a weapon in the way of their weapon. If they throw something really strong, I have something really big to pick it up, and I can really shut down their offense by tracking that sword. If it's left-handed, same thing on the other side, right? I want to shut down. I like to put, I actually stole this technique from a gentleman named Duke Shawn. I met him at an event called Adult Swim, and I watched some of his videos, so this is not an original idea by any means for me. Cross my hands, right? This sword can cut deep, I can lean, change my feet. This sword can cut across well. I like to be a little more particular with my cuts. I know a lot of two-sword guys just go, whoa! And I know it works, but you know, nobody likes to get hit and killed and then have the guy in the middle of a flurry and then just keep hitting you. I'm not a huge fan of flurry fighting. I really prefer to throw exactly what I want to throw and hit exactly where I want to hit. So one of my main tactics then, fighting a shieldman, is to get them to open their shield. One of the ways you can do that is by making this weapon not a threat. I may keep this weapon a little low, or just feel kind of non-committal with it. A lot of Florentine guys use that left front hand as just a shield because they don't have a lot with it unless they're throwing a flurry. They can throw some thrusts with it, that's about it. So I may feign weakness with this hand, but note where my body is, right? And I may get them really focused on this hand. You know, I'm a right-hand fighter. I throw a nice big right-handed blow. Right? Let me throw a nice big right-handed blow. I'm not really doing much with this. I'm going a little bit. Thrust to the body. Thrust to the body. Thrust to the face. So the body thrusts are killer. Killer. Body thrust. When I'm fighting lefty, right, everything is pretty inverse, right? Thrust to the body. I like to cheat people's shields over. I like to get them to move their shield where I want them to get so I can open with the other hand. I like to make one weapon a threat while the other one's not paying much attention. What I don't want is to make one hand destroyable. And what do I mean by that? What is a counter tactic? It's take one of the hands away from the Florentiner. If they realize that most of my killing and cutting comes from my right hand, if they just push this corner, keep making me, basically removing my right hand from me, it means I better be able to kill with my left hand. So if you're fighting Florentine, you gotta train your left hand just like your right. It is not an auxiliary hand. It must have full cutting potential, and you have to study cutting like a left-handed fighter because you are gonna need those. If they take that one of these hands away from you, you have to have the other one. Each weapon has to be able to fight independently from each other. They need to both work. They need to be able to be accurate and fast. Your thrusts need to be on target. You need to train diligently, making sure that you're targeting what you want to be targeting and have them both independently. Now, the biggest thing I like about this is that it makes it so that my body's constantly in motion. It's super easy for me to not overuse one hand. So I have another target over here. Sometimes I like to thrust at it, preferably if I'm not looking. I like to try to hit targets I'm not looking at. Right? Does that make sense? Your body is able to stay in motion. Now, if I target the same place over and over again, like head, right? Bang, 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 bang. I mean, that's fine. I can throw that, but I'm also leading my opponent to keep thinking about that. So what I want to do is get their attention to somewhere that I'm not gonna hit. Like, bang, bang, right? Throw. I really like to, if possible, break their body into quadrants, right? Front vector, rear vector, side, side, up, top, left, bottom, right, right? Here, bottom, bottom, left, right. And if I'm pushing hard this way, what do I mean by pushing? I mean, I'm giving my energy and my body language to one part of the body. Now, if I push here, this is called a feint, right? It's basically a very, very subtle feint. And they leave me an opening, I'm gonna take it. I may even teach them that this movement means that cut. But if I push here and they leave an opening, I'm gonna hit them, right? But now if I push here and they block it, and all their attention focuses here, it means it's that much easier for me to get them in the opposite quadrant, right? I could double that up and go push here. I might need double like a three-piece feint. Push here, push here, push here, push this corner. And now you think I'm gonna cut here, but I'm not. Push, 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 suddenly. Oh, I am gonna cut there. I am gonna cut here, but I'm really not. It's a double trick. I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing. Oh shoot, I'm really going here. Oh no, right? They suddenly throw their guard up that way. And now I take that hit. Push, 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 right? So it's a double feint, right? If this is open, sure, I'll take it. If this is open, sure, I'll take it. But really, I just want to get their energy pulled somewhere else, right? Fighting shieldmen. Fighting polearm guys. Boy, fighting polearms is tough, right? I think as a Florentine guy, because they have a lot of range, a bunch of range advantage. They have the big cutting surface that if I just put up one sword, it can blast through and still hit me hard enough for it to be good. They can thrust me from really far away. Oh, right? I run in. Oh, I got stabbed. They can choke up and butt thrust real close, closer than I can. If I get up close, oh, they just go bink. Hopefully not with a hard pommel, but with a SCA thrusting tip. Oh, I'm dead. Right? So I really need to control my range and control my angle. I have to control the 45s, right? I have to control the 45s. I need to control that weapon. I like to use the same type of guard, right? Control the weapon, right? If this is it, I want to, if possible, as I'm closing in, I want to control that range and timing. As soon as they give me anything, say they shoot, boom, I get a sword on it, right? I get a sword on it. I'm going to follow that sword. I'm keeping pressure on it, and then following up with a cut. Does that make sense? Right? They thrust, oh man, I get some pressure on it. I follow it, I ride it. I keep that hand on that weapon. Bam! I want to take their greatest strength away from them. And I'm going to use my greatest strength, which is 2 weapons. So I'm going to take both hands. I really want it possible. They've got 1, I've got 2. I'm going to, right? And then I'm going to pass the weight, and I'm going to hit it. I want to control and then hit. That's the best tactic I have against pole arms as a Florentine guy. 14 versus Florentine. This one's interesting. This is a big chess game. Now, I'm going to go over some other styles real quick. This is the hard, turned away stance, right? This gives big, powerful, bam, back hands. Big, thrusting front hands, or close range chops. I like this style. I actually will often fall into it when fighting two sword sometimes. I really grew up with this as my home style. Right? This hand isn't a lot of defense unless you bring it across. Right? Or you bring it out, right? But man, does it have some power and some deceptive range. This hand is a good thrust, but it's vulnerable side to side. Right? I like in that case, control. I know where their weapons can go. The only downside I see to the style is I have a good idea what their hands can do. If I can take that lead sword away by popping it at the tip, and then the hand doesn't have a lot of control over that, I can, just like I would with the polearm, use one of my weapons, control that tip, ride down, keeping my other sword in the way of their incoming attack, and now I can cut them on the inside. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I can basically use my weapon to take pressure off of their hand, follow them in, and control. I know where this hand's going to go now. So basically I've taken one of their hands away from them. One of the things that we as the Florentine guys are vulnerable to take one of their hands away. If they're fighting here, right, now both of their hands can do almost identical things, right? But that center line's really open. You probably know that, have a good getaway, right? But their center is open. So you can come in and pop those midsection and really threaten the middle. And even if all they do is just get used to popping in to guard it, well now you can see their shoulders, can't you? And suddenly you can pop here and take them on the outside. Right? Get them to commit, get them to commit, get them to commit. If you can get one sword, here's the best thing I've got one against two. If you can get your one sword to cover two of theirs, they have no weapons, you have one. That is a great trade. So if they have two weapons and you can cross them both with one weapon, keeping one of yours free, that's huge. If you get bound and they've cut up two of your weapons, you gotta get away. You probably can't push forward, right? That's really hard to do when you're bound up. You gotta turn out, get that weapon free, get that weapon free. You guys all see that? Turn out, get that weapon away. Pull my body out. Don't fight the force forward. Roll out of it. Don't fight the force forward, roll out of it. Some two-sword guys fight here. This is actually in a lot of ways kind of similar to this idea. They have a lot of really powerful defense. I think this puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder. My shoulders can't take that, but some guys have done it their whole lives and are great at it. Right? This gives them a lot of powerful thrusting. And just like this, a lot of very powerful down cuts. Right? You tend to see it with very turned away guards. Right? However, that center is open. You may want to, again, fight that center, push that line Now they know you're coming, so they're throwing too. But you're, again, try to tie their weapons up. I feel like I could have gone more into detail about that, but this video is already getting pretty long. So, Florentine. Take your time. If guys just flail, right? Pick it up. Use precision, cut them on the inside. If guys are really patient, give them some energy, make them jumpy. If guys are really good at the range, some guys will always be out. And the whole thing is wait till you close in, and then they're out back. Wait till you close in, out back. If that's their game, kind of preempt that they're going to run backwards, and if you run in 45. Don't run in straight for those guys. You got to take them on the 45. If they're solid and don't move, agitate them. You're just going to make them react to you. Take their leg. Legging a two-sword is hard. It's hard to come back from being legged with a two-sword. You can do it, but it's tough. Take their arms. They leave their hand down too low, like this. Right down the arm. Right down the arm. Right. Hands out. Straight. Don't guard the arm too much. Outdo. I don't know if that makes sense. Hands out a little bit. Right. So I see this style a lot. This style. This style. This style. Right. Another great thing to be able to do as a Florentiner is have your feet. I know the video is getting long, but your feet are so important. Some guys are going to be real small. If that's what your style is, keep inside the pie, right? Feet being the pie, keep in the middle. If you're going to fight from here, you're going to keep your bad guy in the pie. I don't use that style. Right. Big feet, big movement. Some guys can counter that really well. Ultimately, there is no one better style. There's just better martial arts. All styles have strengths and weaknesses. You can do cool stuff. Right? Woo! Right? Blocks around the head. Pick up. The back. Somebody throws a cut. Boom! Step out. Going in. I missed. I'm tired. It's an almost 20-minute video. This is my two-sword introduction and intermediate class. Peace. I almost flipped off the camera. Do you see it? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. But it was an accident. I was going to go like this, but I realized in England is also flipping you off, so we'll just go.